Hi there. Strawberries are always fun to grow in the home garden. You can see I've got a few rounders here. I decided to take them out of the beds, strawberry pots, and go to something nice and tidy. These stainless steel fire rings. So the bottoms are hollow, soil goes way deep. But I was able to fill these a few years ago with an excellent blend of organic soil so I could get them started right. You can see here coming out of winter, in March, I haven't cleaned them up yet, and that's going to be one of the keys to getting proper strawberries here going for the season. These are ever-bearing strawberries, so I'll get them cleaned up here. We're going to get some food on them, some fresh compost. We'll keep an eye on the water here once we do get warm, but we should be picking some fresh strawberries here starting later May, June. And then I'll have fresh strawberries for my kids here the rest of the summer. So you can see a little brown, some green popping up. Spring is almost here. But typically I'll use my Japanese maple leaves from one of the trees behind me, spread that out as mulch to protect them a little bit here over the winter time, and then turn around here in March every year and scrape them back up. Now these were planted 2 years ago now, so I don't have to worry about taking mother plants out quite yet, but at some point here in the near future I will do this in March, and I will actually take the original plants out, leave the runners, or take the whole collection out and replace them with fresh starts. Typical strawberries will get you 3-4 years of a good production, and those original plants need to get tossed away or divided, and then we leave the runners or replace them with new ones. So I'm going to start here by get the pruners out. We're going to do some serious cleaning, and then like I said, once we're done, I'm going to get these fed, get the whole bed composted, and I will be all set to go for the year. My hope is with the debris out of here, if I have any issues from last year, rotten fruit, old blossoms, slugs are always an issue around here, and the more debris we have down, better to get it out of here because I hopefully won't have much slug damage either. So I kind of went to this. In my neighborhood here in Everett, we have lots of rabbits, and I found if they're in the ground, they tend to nibble on them, but just being up a little bit in these raised rings, I haven't had to have the damage here the last couple of years. So I'm going to get going on some cleaning. I'm just going to try to leave the freshest green. I want all that old foliage out of here so that, again, I don't have any issues starting out in the season. So we're going to get rid of all that old debris and essentially press the reset button here for 2025. I got my helper here too, Mr. Max, my 10-year-old. Want to come say hi? He's my garden helper. Alright. I should say these are more his strawberry gardens because I tend not to get very many to eat because my two sons tend to grab them all before I get to house. I'll have to try to beat him this year. So like I said, now we've gotten rid of all the old debris, the old leaves, the mulch cover for the winter. The plants all look great. We've got fresh foliage coming out on all of them. A little bit of bloom even starting. But now we're able to go ahead and give them our quick boost. Some good organic fruit, berry, and vine food works very nicely for our strawberries. If we're doing other kinds of berries, particularly blueberries, we use a little different fertilizer, but for our strawberries, this works wonders. So with organic, I never have a chance of burning anything. Just going to be slow, gentle food, and typically I'll feed it this time of year, we'll mulch over it. I'll go back and do it one more time, usually later May to early June. That'll keep it going for the entire year. So I'm just going to gently sprinkle in all around the plants here. Get a nice dose of fertilizer down there and keep it going for spring. If we were doing this in the growing season and I wasn't going to apply mulch, maybe I turn my water wand on and wash it into the soil to get it off the surface. But since we are going to mulch here coming out of winter, it's very easy just to sprinkle it all the way around Then we can cover this with some fresh organic compost. So any good gardener's always got great compost on hand at the store. I always have a stash of EV stone bales behind the house here, so I crack one open and put it in my favorite C.H bucket, so that I can simply just hand pull it in here and fill in this garden here for the season. Yeah, that looks great. If I was worried about slugs or anything else, I would definitely put some bait around this if it was in the ground level after I've cleaned it, hopefully to keep the slugs out. Something organic, think like Sluggo, works very well, iron phosphate. Not gonna hurt anything else, the birds, the pets, the kids, but I would keep the slugs at a certain area. In the regular garden over here, I will put some Sluggo down around a lot of my perennials here heading into spring. For the strawberries, being raised bed, I think we're going to be just fine here keeping the Sluggos at bay. So I've got a couple more bins to do, but you can see the difference. Pull debris out, plants have, while the foliage has been cut back, the old leaves. I've got my fresh greens starting out here. Now that spring is only 5-6 days away, we're going to start growing pretty quickly. I'll have bloom here in another month or so, and hopefully we'll be picking some excellent strawberries here by later May, early June.